Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective. You already know. Back. I ain't even gonna sing today because fuck it, I'm already faded. This is part 2 of Thirsty Thursdays. This is the way to start your morning. It's 9 in the morning, and I got my modelo half done. And look at me and Dub. Salud. So look, this is part 2 of what we got into. If you guys haven't tuned into part 1, make sure you go on Dub's channel. He just dropped it an hour ago. Part 1. We talked everything fucking Wakanda to Tatiana to fucking all kinds of other shit, right? What we didn't do is talk no fakery. This is Shaky and Bakery. This is the real. So look, what I wanted to ask Dubs, I wanted to talk about was, and I know it's already happened, man. It's water under the bridge. I mean, it's still a big issue. It's a topic because people are making it a topic, and that's the killing of Takeoff, right? The rapper, Amigos. But even, I mean, we all know what happened. He got killed. You know, he got killed at a dice game in Houston, Texas, and the shit happens. There's no mystery. Like I said in the last segment, you know, if you fucking are living that life, man, and you pull up to a dice game, whether it be a raza, black, white, in the woods, no matter who it is, it's going to get a little dicey at the dice game. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it always turns into fights, people getting stomped out, and in this case, someone got shot, right? Now, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists that are saying some shit, talking about, you know, this was a setup, this was a sacrifice, this was, you know, they think that he was taken out of the. Look at, let me tell you something. This was not none of that. Mm-hmm. Okay, this was an unfortunate incident that took place because people were fucking arguing. That's all this was. What they were arguing over? Money, probably petty money. We're talking about multimillionaires playing for $6,000-$7,000, bro. They wiped their ass with $6,000 or $7,000. Yeah. That ain't shit to these guys. They got rings that are worth fucking $50,000 to $100,000 on their hands. So, I mean, people are going to speculate and say what they're going to say at the end of the day, bro. I honestly don't believe that that's what it's about. What do you think? What do you think? Do you believe the conspiracy theorists, or what do you think?
No, I don't. But my question is this. What the fuck is a multimillionaire doing shooting dice with anybody?
Period.
That's the question. Secondly, whoever he was shooting dice with, if he was a multimillionaire, he was a multimillionaire from the streets. Mm-hmm. That's a completely different type of person. Regardless if you were in the streets, once you got into the entertainment field and made your money and created the possibility for generational wealth, what the fuck are you doing back in the hood? That's what I don't get about this new era. I don't get why they think, you know, it used to be you rap or you get into football or you get into boxing, you get into whatever to get out of the hood and bring your family with you.
Yeah.
Now it's like these fools, you know, like if you ever trip out on some of the NBA players, they make a basket, they start throwing up Cripper blood and all that. And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, Jordan didn't do that shit. You know what Jordan did? Jordan went like this.
I can't wrap my head around.
That's what Jordan did.
Who?
Jordan. He was like that. You know what Isaiah did? He went over there and kissed another man. Everyone had their own little thing. Yeah, Isaiah was weird, right? Him and Magic. I can't call it like an alcoholic. Look, that's the difference with now and then. Everybody now thinks it's cool to be a gangster. They think it's cool until you do time, or until you have to pick up a pedazo, or until you have to get shot. Then it's different. Then it's like, you know, I've seen it just in the past. You know, I seen some kid. Now I don't know honestly where he's from. I'm sure those that watch me and watch you, they know. Some kid affiliated with some gang decided that if for no other reason he was going to get locked up in county. He was talking all kinds of high power shit. He was this, he was that, he was running the streets, he was doing that. He gets locked up. He don't want to do burpees, so he dropped out.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
He said, fuck that. I ain't going to let no OG tell me to do burpees. Well, guess what, Holmes? That was only one of many, bro. You know, he's trying to help you, you know, to be a better soldado for when the time comes for war. Mm-hmm. The preparation is real, whatever the case may be. I mean, he chose his life. Now, I totally agree with you. And I think Dubs, this is my take on it. I'm fucked up, but this is my take on it, right? I believe this, that where back in the days we had long-term goals. Just like right now, me and you talk every day, we have long-term goals. We see ourselves on an island kicking back somewhere, right? In the future.
My lady in a bikini. I gotta buy an island so she could be in a bikini.
That's the future. The island is there, right? You know, that's our long-term goals, bro. Yeah. We set short-term goals every day. hey, we're gonna do a video. Let's hope we get this many views. Let's, and that's all building towards a credenza. It's building towards our goal, right? Where nowadays there is no long-term goals. It's just short-term goals. They're just trying to get through the fucking day and get them likes and the views and show off that jewelry and all that. And when you're living like that day to day, bro, you're gonna have nothing to show for it in the future, right? Mm-hmm. And these guys there's some serious individuals out there, man, that their goal is to end your goal. You know what I mean? So you have to think about what you do, how you move, the way you move, your awareness. Everything has to be a perfect storm, because if it's not, and you slip on one of those things, it's bye-bye. Hasta la bye-bye. Shoot the moon. Let me guard. You're gone. That's just how it is. So I think in this case, man, with Takeoff, it was just an unfortunate accident. He shouldn't have. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And it happened. Now, as far as this conspiracy theory, and then I wanted to get into this Jay Prince. This kind of leads me into my next, what I want to talk about. Okay, there was a group a few years back. I'm sure you remember them, BMF, Big Meat. That's out of Texas, Detroit. They were everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Now, Big Meat is doing federal prison time right now. He got caught up in a case, a big case, you know. Now, Big Meat was different, bro, from a lot of these other individuals. Big Meech reminds me of Jay Prince Sr., meaning that he was embraced as that one in the streets, you know, in the Africano community. He was the one. You know, I used to say when him and his group walked into a club, man, you could see the way diamonds were really supposed to shine compared to the Cuban zirconians all the rappers were wearing, right?
Yeah.
It just his shit hit different, right? He was having money the long way. Now, whatever empire and whatever he was into allegedly, that's debatable, whatever he did, but he had a lot of influence. He definitely had a lot of respect on them streets, as Jay Prince Sr. does. One thing I could say about Big Meech was he came from the streets that got into the rap game. He didn't start in the rap game and get into the streets. Well, he was a different individual. When he came in, all those rappers and NBA players and everyone that was there in that club, they stopped and paid homage because they knew he was a real one that didn't play. Okay. I believe that Jay Prince is the same way. You know, he's been in the rap game for many, many years. Have helped a lot of people in their careers. A lot of people, you know, have respect him, and I think a lot of people fear him for one reason or another. I don't know why, but that's his business. But one thing I will say is his sons are going to lead him to his demise.
Absolutely. I believe that.
I believe his sons are living for now, instead of like their father has always done, very clandestine, under the radar, did his thing, made money moves, highly motivated. That's why he's living in a palace with private planes. But his sons are taking advantages of the fucking labor and the sweat off their dad's brow and everything the work he put in, and they're living off his name, Holmes, and they're getting themselves involved in things they shouldn't, and their dad is gonna pay for that shit. What do you think?
Know, I believe the same thing. I believe Jay Prince is from the old school. So the feds are deathly afraid of somebody like Jay Prince, right? Somebody that knows how to maneuver in a professional manner. His sons, I'm sure, have inherited some of his stilo, but the fact that they're from this era is gonna hurt them, and it's not gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt the dad. You know what I mean? I think there's gonna be a weak link, and it's gonna be one of the sons. Yeah. And when you see what happened to Takeoff, I'm sure the dad was like, "What the fuck?" Because he knows.
Stupid, huh?
He knows already. They don't want you. They want me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I saw something on YouTube. Was it today or yesterday that said that the cops were on Jay Prince Sr. for 10 years. They've been on him longer than that. That's just 10 years that he's talking about, or somebody's talking about. Exactly. But I do think that this whole flossy era and clout chasing era, if his sons have any bit of that in them, that's going to be the downfall of their father.
Well, I mean, just look at what this Jay Prince Jr. is calling his group, mob ties. First of all, bro, you have no ties to any type of mob. You know, you are just happen to be the seed of your father. And a lot of the traits that he carries and the stilo and the mannerisms and the real gangster lifestyle that he's lived and that he abides by in the rules, it doesn't seem like the son fucking picked up any of those traits. He's more flashy. He's more about, you know, just like being with the Migos, man. People like to say that was a setup and they did it. Nah. He wanted the Migos to be there because they're that shit. They're the ones. you know, trap music, whatever kind of music they have, they're a good group, bro. They're making hella moves. They came up fast, and you know, for anyone that listens to them, I listen to them all the time. You know, they slap, bro. So he knew that they were the ones, so he invited them to the party. He just wanted to be seen with them. You know, real ones don't move that way. Real ones don't want to be seen at all. Period. You know, hey, we're here on YouTube, and we're not here to be seen. We're here to be heard. Okay. You know, if I could have go back in time and throw my mask on or never fucking show my face, I wouldn't. Because you know, there's some very controversial topics that hit the era that people have spoken on, that not even me or you have spoken on, but that affects us, and it shouldn't. You know, we don't want to be chastised or be you know, at the brunt end of the stick because of what other people do or say. Man, we're not all clumped in with the rest of this. We've done nothing but treat people with respect, and will continue as such. Period. Right. But I believe Jay Prince plays the game right, and I believe his sons they're out there too much, man. They want to be seen instead of heard, and they're definitely it's gonna be the downfall of their father. Now, there's a cat named On Pablo Whack the fail. Whack 1 point, whatever, right? Who I've actually done time with. I've talked about it. He denied it, but he's a fucking liar and a fat fucker, right? Facts, right? If you don't believe me, Google it when he was there, when I was there. You'll see. So look, then I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I got pictures of him. So now look, this is a controversial figure. People have already come to the assumption, and I mean, it's pretty much out there that he's working with them guys, right? He's working with 3 different letters, man, and it's not BMF. I'm gonna tell you that much, right? And he has this thing against Jay Prince. It's something that he started. It's something that Jay Prince never started. Jay Prince doesn't start shit. He ends shit, right? And it's something that this guy started, and I think this is what I think. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it because I'm faded. I believe that that's one of these fucking groups, that, you know, administration type people, you know, got at him and had something on him, some leverage on him, and said, hey, you're going to give up someone in the industry that's doing things. We've been after this guy. You get what you can get on this guy. So he started to do the Charleston White. He started to do whatever he could do, which was talk shit, put this guy's name in his mouth, and get this guy out of his comfort zone to hopefully get this guy implemented in something and try to uncover something so that way, you know, he could leverage himself up out of a situation. I believe he's working with the man to try to get that man. That's just what I believe, right? I could be totally off base. But I believe now with what his sons are doing, this is giving this motherfucker perfect leverage to see, I told you so. You know, anyone that goes around them comes up dead, man. Anyone that goes around them comes up short. And yet, I don't think that's the case. I think this was an unfortunate accident. And I think fucking Jay Prince, man, has nothing to do with this, bro. Other than it was his son's birthday party, period. Yeah. But people like Whack 100 and several other people on YouTube, DJ Academics, fat fucking stupid ass Poetic Flacco, and all these dummies that have a fucking agenda, bro. No jumper. And they're really pushing something on a man and putting a man's life in danger and putting a man's freedom in danger for likes and for views and shit. That ain't cool, bro. I don't get down like that. I keep it real. You know, and if it's too real, Holmes, I just don't speak on it.
Yeah. Straight up.
I'm drunk. That probably made no sense right there.
Hey, fool, listen, let me ask you a question. Serio. Have you fucking finished your second beer yet?
No, I'm barely on 1.5 right now, but forgive me for I don't know. Hey, I'm lightweight, but hey, you know what? Better now than never.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you though. I'm buzzed already, and I'm that's what I have left.
Hey, so fuck this shit. When you were in YA, right? I talk about YA. When you were in YA, what's the most vicious fucking riot you were in? That you guys just put it down. That you guys were, hey, you won that one and you knew it. You're gonna declare it as a win. Fuck that.
Well, I talked about it. I told a story about it. So, we had 2 riots that day, and the first one that day, there was 11 raza and 2 whites. That's why I always laugh when people say, "Oh, the Mexicans from down south only get busy when they outnumber." Man, I don't know where I've ever been. Listen, we were on a 75-man dorm, and there was 11 raza and 2 whites. Napomo, anybody that's been on Napomo knows. Napomo and Paso was the craziest unit. They should call it the nut house. and they always kept the raza short, always, right? And we had a riot. We kicked it off, and it was ugly, man. I actually, luckily, it didn't happen, but myself and two other dudes, I'm not gonna say their names, but I'll say one. No, I'm not gonna say where they're from. We thought we killed a dude that was actually an informant for the senior.
Yeah.
We the three of us targeted him. We thought he was dead, and so we got away from him. And then the riot kept going, boom, boom, boom. And when the riot was over, and you saw everybody throwing their battery packs, you just saw battery packs flying. And I looked over, and Navato, we thought we killed. So we broke his jaw in 3 places, and we fractured his skull. We fractured his skull. We thought he was dead when his head cracked. We thought he. Anyways, when it was all over and everybody was throwing their battery packs, we looked, and that fool was crawling. And like the whole riot was over, that motherfucker was like, "I ain't stopping." That fool was trying to get somewhere. But I don't mean to laugh, but it was funny. Eh? But
it's been so long, bro, and you have to be there to see it. And for those of you that don't know, when he says senior, it's okay. Imagine what you have in CYA is you have the GSs, which are like they dress in the cop uniforms. They're the ones that wear the cop uniform. Then you have the YCs, they're youth counselors. They dress in regular clothing.
Yep.
And the senior is like the lead youth counselor. He runs the whole show.
He's the boss of the unit.
Every building has a like 2 or 3 YCs will be on the building, like 2 YCs during the day in a GS.
And they revolve. They might
be different the GSs, it's always different GSs. But the YCs, that's who you have on your compa because you'll be on their caseload. They have caseloads, maybe 10 people that they're the ones that do the parole plans and board hearings and work out. That's just the way it was. It was all about rehabilitation, but it didn't rehabilitate no one. You know what I mean?
I didn't see no rehabilitation.
And there was always the YC that was an asshole, and then there was the YC that was good. And if you were on the caseload of the good YC, you were good, but you didn't have to do shit. You didn't have to do no packets. You didn't have to do no social thinking skills, no delayed gratification skills, none of that shit. You just kicked it because he didn't want to do shit anyway. He was just there for the check.
Yeah.
If you had the one that was an asshole, he put you in all the classes, all the hard shit. You had to go to everything. It's like, fuck, bro. This fool was he was really, in all reality, he was the one really trying to help you. But when you're young and you're a gangster, you don't see it that way. You're like, fuck this fool. The senior just didn't give a fuck. He was just there to get all the bread, and that was it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That was it. That was it. I remember our senior, his name was, I don't know if I could say it because you know how they say you got to change names and shit. I'm not going to say it. But our senior was a gangster. He was a little old white dude. You should wear cowboy boots, a cowboy buckle. And he would come in and he would be like, everybody take it to the yard. And we'd go to the yard and everybody would line up around the fucking fence, right?
Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah.
And he would say, whoever's got a fucking problem, handle it. And you could call out whoever you want and just chunk them. Boom, 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 boom. And they were not hitting no alarms. That's why I laugh when people say, "Oh, Mexicans didn't fight blacks." Shit, you better take your ass to YA.
You have no choice.
Hey, when he used to say that, be like, "Come, hey, Holmes, me and you, let's do this." You know what I mean?
You couldn't wait. Like when they give you the green light, everybody was like, "Oh shit, hey, you, come on!" Like there was no one just did that. If you just did that, you were gonna be level. People are gonna look at you like if you got the chance to fight. I seen dudes on their knees. Dubs
behind the thing,
just getting it in the face. They'll grab each other's heads and just get it. I seen dudes in the closet, in the broom closets, fucking plunking them. Anywhere where there was bleeding out, anywhere you got a chance, there wasn't a spot on that unit that didn't get touched. Motherfuckers fought everywhere. They'll go right up to where the office is, and there's the office, the counselor's office. And the counselor would close the window because they're talking, and they'll be chunking them right there on their knees.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro.
Just fucking getting it. Yeah,
that's why I laugh. Solid punches.
Like solid. When I made my video about why Raza don't give blacks head of fades, they didn't understand it. That's the joint. But in juvenile hall, camp, YA, group homes, all that, everything was legal. Every motherfuckers were getting it
every day. Every day. I seen a dude fight. This dude named Stone from Raymond Avenue Crip, man. He shout out to Stone, man. I got a lot of respect for that fool. Yeah. I'll tell you right now. Gente, when I say this, I'll say that to say this. Right? That motherfucker Stone from Raymond Avenue Crip, man. This guy, I don't know if he was too light-skinned. I don't know what it was. No, look at. I don't know if he had good hair. No, but look at, because the light-skinned cats used to catch the blues for some reason. I don't know what it was.
Did,
That's facts, right? That's facts, right? So he comes to the compa Madison and Nellis, and he's a light-skinned cat, right? Green eyes and shit. I remember. And this dude named Young Dick from PJ Watts had beef with him. He had like a problem with this guy. And it seemed like a lot of the Crips, like he was like kind of off-brand. They like ostracized him from hanging out with them. And I used to look like, he was a big dude. I was like, man, they may be fucking with the wrong cat. Well, they sure did, right? Because this fool was like, he had to get down with like the whole Watts Crip card. And I remember I had to do that too before. I told a story on that. That was crazy. But man, this dude knocked about 7 dudes out in 7 days, every day in the morning, because we'd go to chow, and then when you come back from chow, then you just line up in the front, and then the counselor would be standing at the door, so you just run down to the shower area. It was around the corner, and just chunk them. And there's people walking in. The counselor's outside, so they can't really hear it, right? So that was a perfect spot. But I mean, you'd be fighting at 6 a.m. right after eating pancakes.
Absolutely.
And like I say, any chance you got, it didn't matter, right? So fucking boom, dude would take off. 7 days, 7 bodies. he was sleeping people. Hey, a few days later, he was eating a spread in the day room, cooked rib. I was like, yeah, he earned his way in.
Yeah. And I will say this though. Every time I talk about YA, I always have to say this. I think that was one of the worst experiments that the state did with kids.
Governor Pete Wilson's punk ass. Pete Wilson.
They made killers. All YA did was make killers, Holmes.
Yeah,
and
everybody.
Most dudes, when they got not all, you're one of the lucky ones. Got within 6 months of release, were either dead or fighting a murder case.
Yeah, I was on the installment plan, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, a lot of the guys they did, they caught murders just right off the bat, because you didn't get out of YA reform. I did. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not one person that got out of YA that was like, hey, I'm going to get out. I'm just going to do good.
No,
nobody. Not one. There was, look, you were just starting. You knew that. The only thing that was on your mind was like, man, I'm going to get some pussy. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go be a frajo. It was all bad shit. And you're like, I'm going to get right in the mix. Shit. There was no rehabilitation whatsoever. There were services offered. But like I said, it just mattered who the cop was that day. And some of them cops be like, man, you guys got classes, but man, I'm tired, man. I ain't taking you to those motherfuckers. They'll call them and be like, hey, Madison ain't showing up today. That's it.
Hey, hold on. I feel like I'm too shiny right now. Hold on.
Do what you got to do. Go lather it. Hit it with the towel. Yeah, hey, but yeah, and it just, and when I talk about why it takes me back, because unless you were there to experience it. Look at he's getting his fucking rooster on. Unless you were there to experience it, you don't know. Hey, nobody, and I say nobody that was there were punks.
No.
If you got dropped level, man, I mean, there was a reason behind it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, even some of them dudes got to come back. They got to bounce back, and some of those dudes that were level on YA became the hardest killers you ever meet in your life in the future. You know what I mean? Because of this, but let me see. You don't want to go that route because man, it was bad for them guys. It was horrible. Because
in YA there was no such thing as PC.
Yeah,
you got dropped level. You were in that unit. You caught the blues in that unit forever.
You never left.
Yeah.
Hey, every package that you got, gone. Every bit of canteen you got, every bit from the last bar of soap.
Gone. I will say this though. So as far as the raza from down south. Vatos that got dropped level and all the other YAs, right? Once they went to YTS was ran more like the joint.
Yeah.
And they would find out like, okay, well, why did this vato get dropped level? And if it was for bullshit, like if it was for bull, he wasn't a sex offender, he wasn't a rat, he wasn't homosexual. They would say, hey, you get a new chance, homeboy. Don't fuck this up. And them dudes would go buck wild. They would go after motherfuckers.
Yeah, because they got that second chance. And hey, I mean, there was dudes getting dropped for eating after the wrong race, or there was homeboys that dropped homeboys level just because they could. You know what I mean? They didn't like them or something, or they didn't have the look, and it was unfortunate. But hey, and why you don't? It's not like, hey, you're gonna speak up for him. It's kind of just like, fuck it, bro. You know what I mean? You're on your own here. Hey, we all start. I mean, there were some cases where you're like, you try to help him out, but fuck.
I had a camarada. We were actually enemies. We had got down 2 different times. He was from Colonia Chiques, right?
Yeah.
And he was in Moro in Paso, and nothing was wrong with him. But one day he came in, and the dude that had the building, the guy that was running that compa, was from Lenox, was from LA, right? And he called the dude out from Colonia, like, hey, Holmes, this and that, basically on some bully shit, right?
Yeah.
The dude from Colonia beat the brakes off of him, and they dropped him leva for it.
Yeah. I've seen
you know what I
happen.
mean? And it was just basically because he wasn't from LA and he had hands like a motherfucker. But in Paso, when they started bringing all the raza from Northern California, everybody that had got dropped leva that wasn't a sex offender or a rat, no homosexual type shit, they let them all clean it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
more soldiers for the guerra.
Yeah.
The boys about to start. Yeah. See, there wasn't. I'm gonna say there wasn't a lot of levas. There wasn't. I can't. Now that I think back on it, I can maybe remember 1 or 2 on the compa at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like there was mass amounts of them. And there did come a time where you just left them alone, forgot about them. They'd start drawing and shit and just stay on their bunks, and then you just forget about it. You know what I mean? Draw me a card, eh? You know what I mean? I want one of those cards. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, do me with the Care Bear from old lady.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I got you. That's right, boy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, do you think I could have a sopa? No.
No, you can't.
You can't have a sopa.
If you're
level, you can't eat in front of us.
Smell one in the air, though.
Yeah, you can't eat a sopa in front of us. Hey, that was fucked up. Hey, I feel bad, bro.
Hey,
I'm gonna go to church tomorrow. Fuck that.
Hey, as far as like the raza, oh shit. Why does it say 20? I moved over here to plug it in anyways. As far as the raza from down south, the firme raza,
yeah,
they were never allowed to lose to a leva. If a leva got crazy, they had to get jumped because you can't lose.
You can't lose. Yeah, that'd be the ultimate.
You cannot lose.
Yeah, that'd be the ultimate. Well, I was on a compa where the whole compa got dropped leva, from down there. No, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And it was different, bro. It was different. It was like, I don't know. They individually, I'd see them go to school and they were cool with their homeboys from their audios or whatever. But when they went back to the compa, they were like, hey, there was fools riding on wheel last time. I get the fuck off that compa immediately. You know what I mean? Because that compa's dicked up. They used to say, that motherfucker's dicked up. You need to get out of there. Hey, we're going to do a video, me and Dubs. We'll probably do it on his channel about the slang words, all the different slang words of YA. Because a lot of people ask me, well, what does dicked up mean? You know what I mean? I mean, someone grabbed something, rubbed it on their chorra, and you ate it, right? They dicked you up, right? But there was a lot of different words that, like Dubs hit me to one the other day. I used it about 10 times. Pisha. Pisha was palabra.
Palabra.
Yeah, so when you're down south, everything was palabra. You'll be like, hey, bro, I was fucking this shit. Palabra, homie, I was. That means my word. Yeah. And no one's going to disrespect that word or you're going to fade them right there in the open. Yeah. You're going to get down, right? If they disrespect your word is all you have. So palabra, but down south, they shortened it. It was pisha.
Pisha,
homie, pisha. And that was like slang for palabra, which was slang for fucking the word, which was slang for fucking don't say nothing or I'll fuck you up. Hey, another thing too, since I got Dubs right here on my channel to trip out on this, I challenge you to a spread competition.
You can't fuck with me.
I challenge you.
Look, this might sound crazy, but I'm unfuckable. You know what I'm saying? You can't fuck with me.
Look, next week sometimes. Or,
no, don't make it that soon, fool. I gotta order shit off of Amazon.
Me too. Oh shit, you're gonna go Cactus Annie on him, huh?
Bushy Creek. About what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you, listen.
I know all the. Hey, look at bro. Hey, Bushy Creek, Cactus Annie. You know what I mean? Oh,
listen,
the Mamba.
You're talking minor leagues, big dog.
There's nothing in the Hey, I'll tell you right now, if you come with Doritos and Starkiss, it's over.
Hold on.
Don't come that route, man. I'm telling you right now.
Hold on. I was breakdancing, fool.
I seen it. You already lost that one. I hit you with the Chicano two-step that one day. That was it. That was the wrap. We canceled that. His wrist still hurts. Remember? Look, no, but look.
Oh, that was when I got
I'd say I give you a couple weeks, few weeks, but let's definitely do that. Let's not a challenge, bro, but let's go ahead and give these people a couple recipes.
I'm gonna give them one. I'm gonna give them one, and it's gonna fucking knock their socks off.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from it, big dog. You can make 10, and I'm gonna make one.
How about this? How about don't fuck with me? I'll buy a hot pot and I'll fucking break it and fry my shit on a hot pot.
Hey, I wish I could get a hot pot. How can we order a hot pot?
I don't know. We have to look into it. I'm gonna ask my primo. He got some hot pot.
If I can find a hot pot, I'll make it exactly like the joint. That's the only problem.
Clip it down.
This thing I want to make, I can't get the water right.
You need a hot pot. A hot pot.
Give me a hot pot. I know exactly what I'm doing.
A hot pot. I'm even gonna go give me a green cup. Those old school green cups they have. Remember the Hey, the one when you knew you were going to the oil, the homeboy gave you 2 scampias and a fucking Irish Spring in the cup. There.
That's yeah. Fuck my whole cup by putting the fucking soap in it.
Yep. Anyways, Hector, we're gonna get up out of here. It's been 30 minutes, man. I want to get this one on the, trip out. We're gonna do this on Thursdays. Let me know if you guys want this to happen on Thursdays. We do part 1 on Dub's channel, part 2 on my channel. We'll switch it up. We'll bring some guests on, man. Fuck with people. It's Thirsty Thursday, man. Come have a drink with us. Come drink with us. Come sip on with us. Maybe next week I could get Dubs into taking some shots. Maybe we'll get on the Don Julio or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll go every beer he drinks, I'll take 3 shots. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Shots are more my thing. So we'll definitely get into it. Like I said, man, you already know what it is. I forget what my line is. What is my line? What do I say? Look at. Anyways, stay moving and grooving and some shit. I don't know what I'm saying it for. I forgot.
No, anyway, wait, what is your shit?
I don't know. I can't remember right now. Look, anyways, hey, stay focused. Move slow with a purpose, man. Remember, at the end of the day, man, it's all about struggling and striving and doing what you can for your familia. Hey, only you can do it. I'm going to do what I does. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If not, hit me with the thumbs down. If he's going to be the head that wears his soap lady's crown, I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the coming together of all people. Look, me and Dub did it. Peace out. You can do it too, right? So, other than that, you know what I mean? Tatiana, Wakanda forever. Look at that. What do you have in the sink? A dirty dish.
That's dog food.
They're right there. Orale, Fresno.
Shout out to Fresno.
All right, I'm out. Later. Gracias.